Hi guys, it's time for another episode in my decluttering series that I just started. So we're gonna be doing all my blushes today, which makes me so sad. You guys know how much I love my blushes, but I just have too many, so I'm gonna try is the key word, to kind of narrow these down a little bit. So maybe it'll be more of a collection video than a declutter, but I promise I will be decluttering some, but it's not going to be like a giant decluttering half of my blushes in this video. So let's just go ahead and start. So I'm going to keep all of my Woodens Eye Cosmetics blushes. I love these so much. They are just so beautiful. I love the colors of all of them. They have two different formulas. They have a matte blush, which is these ones. You can kind of tell the difference in the packaging. These ones are more on the pink side, and this is more of like, I don't know, like an orangey side. So these are the matte ones, and then the other ones are the shimmery ones. That was a very long-winded explanation, and I'm going to keep all of them like I said because I just love them so much. And I also love the packaging. They're so nice and sleek. I feel like that is one thing that I really like in my blushes, is that they don't take up a lot of room, especially if it's a single blush. So the keeps are going on the right side, and then the declutters are going on the left side. Let's go ahead and declutter one. This is from Savvy by DB. I have no idea why I have this. I think I bought this when I was in Australia at the drugstore there, but I just... Ooh, that is kind of pretty though. Ooh, it's kind of powdery. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I've used this maybe once. It doesn't really look that nice on the hand though. It looks kind of patchy. I'm gonna get rid of that one. I also just hate the packaging. I'm also gonna get rid of this little mini IBY Beauty. This is actually an eyeshadow that I got in a subscription box or something, and I thought I would try it as a blush, but it's just a little bit too pigmented and dark for a blush. That one's gonna go. This one I'm going to keep. This is the Fiji Fun Blush from BH Cosmetics. I love the formula. I love how pigmented it is, but it's also really easy to share out, and it's a beautiful finish. So that's gonna go in this pile. Ooh, this one is going. This is a blush pump from W7. I think I also bought this one in Australia. This is literally the thing that I hate the most about drugstore products. See how it like had a tape around here? And now it's just like all sticky. Like I know I can clean this off, but I don't want to have to clean off something that I buy that's a makeup product. There should not be tape left over. I don't care. It's a terrible product as well. It is like the sheerest thing ever, and it lifted my foundation. I hate that thing. Okay, let's see. So we have this Sun-Kissed Monochromatic Blush Duo from Folklore. At first you were probably like, oh, from Cover FX. No, this is from Folklore. They did send me this, and it is actually quite beautiful. But I think that I have these colors in like other blushes as well, and I don't reach for this one as much as I reach for my other similar blushes, so I am gonna go ahead and declutter this. But this is nice. If you have been thinking about getting some of the Cover FX blushes, you would probably like these. I mean, because these are a lot cheaper, so don't think that because I'm decluttering this that it is bad, but I'm just trying to make a little bit more room in my collection, and I also don't really find that to have a purpose for like another video, you know? Like, I don't feel like I really need that in my collection. Same goes for this one. This is one of the Tarte like stacks. This was in a gift set for the holidays. This is a bronzer, a blush, and a highlighter. I don't know, these are just whatever, and they're also just annoying to use. Like, impractical packaging is one of my biggest pet peeves. It's like, yeah, these are probably great for traveling, and I think I brought, which one was it? I think I brought another one to travel with me to Norway, and I just never ended up using it because I just used all of the singles that I had instead. These are going to make for nice gifts though, so I'm gonna declutter all of the ones that I have. So here is another one. Like, the colors are beautiful, but I never reach for like a stack. I don't know, maybe that's just me. I'm gonna declutter this one as well. This is the last one. This is probably my favorite. I think these are just beautiful. And I think I'm also going to finally declutter these Sephora blushes. I know I kept this one last go around and I wasn't sure if I wanted to, but I still haven't used it. So I'm gonna go ahead and declutter both of these. I just have similar blushes that I like more. Wow, did I just break that? What just happened there? That is very strange. Can I? Ooh, wow, I can take that out. Oh, maybe I can put this into a empty Z palette. Is this magnetic? It is magnetic! Oh, I'm gonna go ahead and keep it. Let me see if I can do the same with this one. I don't even know what happened there. That was the strangest thing ever. How did I do that? I think it just kind of popped out on the bottom here. Oh, See, I got it out. Oh, that is so cool. I'm gonna keep these because I really enjoy being able to bring single blushes when I do travel and put them into like palettes with eyeshadow. So for that purpose only, I'm actually gonna go ahead and keep these. I don't really ever reach for them like the way they are. Like I said, I do have similar colors, but these are going to be way easier to travel with. So for that reason, I'm gonna go ahead and keep these. Well, that was a pleasant surprise. I did not think that that would happen. Okay, let's move on. So this might come as a surprise, but this is the Natasha Denona Diamond and Glow Mini. I just never used this. I don't know. I've tried it so many times. I just cannot really figure out like how I'm supposed to use this because this is too light for me to be a blush and it's too shimmery for me to be a blush. It's also too dark for me to be a highlighter, and the highlighter is just so glittery and it doesn't really stick to my face, so it needs to be more of like a highlighting topper, and I almost feel like I need to spray my face before applying this. I have other highlighters that are like similar with a very glittery toppery finish that actually stick to my face that I like more than this one. So you can probably see it has a little bit of pink in it because I tried to mix them and that didn't really work either. So I'm actually gonna get rid of this and give this to someone who I think is really going to love it. So this one is gonna go. And the same can honestly be said for this other one. I feel the same way about this one. So I'm also going to, this hurts me so bad because I love the formula of Natasha Denona and I do have her large blush palette, which I adore. So I'm actually gonna go ahead and bring that one out and use that one more and get rid of these mini ones because like I said, I have someone that I think is going to love these. So I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this one as well. I am going to keep this one though. This is my Natasha Denona Bloom Highlighting Blush. Oh, this is my favorite. I dug my brush into it, story of my life. But I'm gonna keep this because it is beautiful. This Jouer Blush Duo I talked about in a recent video about makeup I shouldn't have bought. This just doesn't work for me, you guys. It's too light for me and it's just so ashy. I don't know what it is. Like the tones in this just don't work for me. I feel like someone who's really pale would be able to use this. I'm gonna give this one away as well. Now I have all of these Lancome blushes that I received from Octoly last year, and I think there's only one in here that I don't really ever reach for, so let's go ahead and take a look. This one I love. This is in the shade Rose Liberté. I'm gonna keep that one. Let's move on to this one. This is the one I'm going to declutter. This is called Mocha Havana. This is a very, very kind of, not a bronzy blush, but like kind of a bronzy blush at the same time. And it's just not really my thing. I don't really feel like this color suits me that well. It just makes it look kind of dirty on my face. I can use it with a very light hand, but it's too high maintenance for me. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of that one. I am going to keep all of these other ones though because these are so beautiful. I love the formula on all of these. I'm so grateful that they sent these to me because I use these so often. So I almost put them in the wrong pile there. That would have been a disaster. Now let's move on to my Cover FX blushes because I love these. This one is in the shade Pink Dahlia, one of my absolute favorite blush formulas. Same with this one. This is Mojave Mob. I cannot get enough of these. I love both the matte side and the shimmery side individually. I love mixing them. I love layering them. These are fantastic. They're so expensive, but they're just so good. Okay, let's see. So I have a couple of blushes here from Anna Sui. These were also sent to me from Octoly, or did they send me PR after that? I am on Anna Sui's PR list, or at least at the time of filming this, I have received some stuff. I don't know if they've launched anything else that I haven't gotten, but as far as I know, I'm still on their PR list. I love their stuff. This is one of my favorite blushes in my collection. I wish it had like actual names on it. It's just number 301. I'm gonna keep this one. Let's see, what is this? Okay, so this is the Black Cream Blush. So this is one of those like color shifting blushes. I like this, but it's not my favorite cream blush, and I do find it to be a little bit tricky to work with. So I am gonna go ahead and pass this on, but as you can see, the color ends up being really, really nice once you kind of sheared it out, but sometimes I find it to be a little bit just hard to blend out, so I am gonna go ahead and get rid of this one. This one I am going to keep though. This is kind of like a darker blush, so it's a little bit too dark for me for what I usually want in a blush, but sometimes I want a very, very pigmented bold blush, and this is really nice. I'm also going to keep this one. This one is beautiful. This is from Ritual de Fille, I think you say, and it's a cream blush. It's in the shade Rapture. It's a beautiful, beautiful cream blush. Speaking of beautiful cream blushes, holy shit, I got this sent to me as a subscriber gift. You know who you are. Thank you so much. I got this package. I took this little thing out. This is the most luxurious and beautiful blush that I have ever seen in my whole life. So this is how it comes packaged. It's from a brand called Weiss. I don't know if that's how you say it, but it has a Norwegian letter in it, so I would assume that maybe it's like a Norwegian brand or Scandinavian brand. But oh my god, like look at this packaging. This is kind of like mirrored. It's so heavy, it's metal, and then you kind of just like swipe it open like this, and this is what the blush looks like. I've only used it once so far. I haven't had it for very long, but man, is this color beautiful. It is quite similar though to my Fenty cream blush. Let me kind of look at these side by side because I feel like they are pretty similar. Yeah, so you can see they're definitely very similar in color, but I love both of these, so I'm definitely gonna go ahead and keep them. This is so dirty for some reason. I feel like cream blushes just always get so dirty. I'm just gonna kind of take off the top layer of this so it doesn't bother me, but I'm gonna go ahead and keep both of these because they are beautiful. Here I have another blush from Anna Sui, also going to keep this one. I wish I had a name for this that I could show you, but I don't because this is actually a single blush and they sent me a compact to put the blush in, so here's what the blush looks like outside of the compact, and you have to kind of buy them separately. But these are magnetic. If you wanted to like pick up just one without a case or a compact to go with it, you can definitely buy them separately and it would be cheaper, and you can store them in like an empty palette or something like that. But I just love Anna Sui packaging. It's just so cute, and it's one of the main reasons why I love her products so much. Not that they're not good quality, because they're amazing, but like having an amazing product with an amazing packaging just makes me so incredibly happy. Let's see, these are two color sticks. Wait, these are two blush sticks from ColourPop. I'm gonna keep both of these. I think that these are really nice. I keep forgetting to use them, unfortunately, but they are really, really nice, both of them. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep those. I'm also going to keep my Serafina blush by Juvia's Place. This is one of my favorite blushes. I love this. I don't think I'll be decluttering a lot more, I'm just saying. Next up we have a blush from Kwan. I got this scent from Octoly last year. This is beautiful. I need to use this more often. I keep forgetting about it because it's so dark that it blends in with my black drawer and I just never see it. So I need to put this like on my filming table so that I can actually see it. Definitely gonna keep this. I'm also going to keep both of my Kaleidos blush duos. These aren't like my favorites because I just don't really like the shimmery side. I find the shimmery sides to just be a weird color to go with the blush color, if that makes sense. Like to me, they're just a little bit too dark to be highlighters, and they're also just a little bit too light to be blush toppers. So I haven't quite figured out what it is or how I want to use these, but the matte blushes in these are amazing. I'm also going to keep this one. This is from Kaja. It's one of the blush stamps. I don't actually use it like this. It's such a gimmick, and I wish that they didn't have like the stamp side of it. I wish they just had the cushion part, because I just dip my brush into the cushion and put the brush on my face, and that's how I use it. So I wouldn't need like all of this. Like I wish I could just keep this little thing because this is so bulky, but it's a beautiful color and it's a beautiful formula. It's very easy to work with, so I do like it. I'm also going to keep my Only Hourglass blush. This is in Mood Exposure. It is a little bit too light for me, and it takes a little bit of time to build up to be the intensity that I like in a blush, which is I like to look like a clown. So a lot of the time this doesn't always do it for me, and it's more of a winter blush, but I am going to keep it still. I'm also going to keep this. This is from Emile Cordon. This is one of her lip and cheek like balms, or I don't know how you would really explain these. She did send me a bunch of these in PR, and these are beautiful. So I'm really happy that I have these in my collection. Is this something that I would have bought myself? Definitely not. They're so expensive, but I love having them and I love using them. I like using this one as a blush. This is in the shade Madison Queen. I also like using this as like a lipstick or a lip gloss or a lip balm or whatever you want to call it, like a colored lip balm. Oh, these are just so nice. I'm also going to keep my California blush by Benefit. I love this. And lastly, this is a blush duo that I bought from Natasha Denona. This is actually quite similar to the Jouer Blush Duo. Let me try to kind of compare these two. I feel like the tones, maybe they're not that similar. I mean, they're kind of similar, but I like the Natasha Denona one a lot more. I don't find this to kind of pull ashy on me. It is a little bit light for me. I didn't really understand like what this would look like in real life when I saw it on the website. So when I got this in the mail, I was like, shit, that's kind of light. It's not really what I thought it was going to be, but I do like the formula on it. And even though it is more of a winter blush for me, I'm going to keep it to use in the winter. I can still use it in the summer, but it's not as blushy as I would like to go in the summer, but it's still a beautiful product. So that's gonna be it for going through all of these. Let me count things up and see how I ended up doing. I think I actually did better than I expected. So not groundbreaking numbers by any means, and like I said, I do feel like I did better than expected. So I ended up keeping 33 blushes and decluttering 12, which I didn't really think that I would be able to declutter many blushes. I do have like blush palettes and like palettes in general, but I feel like I'm gonna put those into my bronzer video because I don't have that many bronzers, and I feel like combining like face palettes and bronzers kind of makes sense. So that's gonna be it for the blush declutter. Let me know if I decluttered any of your favorites. If I did, I'm sorry, but makeup is very personal, and like everybody likes different things and has different preferences. So I'm going to re-gift these to someone who I know is going to love them. If you would like to see some other declutter videos, here is my playlist. And if you're new to my channel, I would love it if you would consider subscribing, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!